This video is sponsored by CuriosityStream. The Tokyo Disney Resort has just released a rather out-of-the-blue announcement for an upgrade to Space Mountain and Tomorrowland at Tokyo Disneyland. They aim to complete the project by 2027 at the cost of an estimated $580 million. In a lot of ways, this project is completely unprecedented. The extreme cost, the challenge of updating a Tomorrowland attraction when tomorrow will eventually catch up, and the fact that this is teased to be a ground-up attraction which would mean the full demolition of an iconic opening day ride. It's like tearing down Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland to build the new version that is presented at Shanghai. But for Tokyo, it's kind of par for the course. Many people don't realize that Tokyo Disneyland is not Disney, at least not in the way you might think. They're the only resort around the world where the Disney brand is licensed to a completely external company. This has created a rather interesting relationship because whilst the Disney company has to worry about their television shows, movies, music, and the 500,000 other brands that they own, the Oriental Land Company just has to focus on making the best theme park resort possible. Legitimately, that's all OLC does, and it's worked. This is the company that in the same year that Disney unveiled California Adventure Park to near universal criticism, OLC opened Disney Sea, which is still regarded by many people as the best theme park in the world. They don't have the distractions of everything that comes with Disney, but they also don't have the insurance policies like products such as Disney Plus, which drastically helped the Walt Disney Company through the pandemic. This means that they have to be incredibly careful with their theme parks, and they're operated rather differently from other Disney parks around the world. The resort relies heavily off local investment from Tokyo and Japanese residents with little focus on international tourism. This means that historically they've needed to sell season passes. To keep those sales up, the Tokyo Disney Resort regularly holds special events, they celebrate their anniversaries more frequently, they change out their shows, parades, and fireworks with completely new productions on a regular basis, and they aren't afraid to change things up despite said things still working completely fine. And this is where Space Mountain comes into play. Compared to the rest of the Tokyo Disney Resort, Tomorrowland is kind of a blemish. It harbors a strong sentiment to the original Magic Kingdom Tomorrowland design that feels dated and tired. Despite this, Space Mountain is still insanely popular. It regularly gets decent lines and is loved by many Tokyo Disneyland visitors. So what happens when the area needs an update or an additional attraction? It's interesting because we've seen two outcomes to this question. Take the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, for example. Just like Tokyo, Tomorrowland feels dated and tired. Space Mountain at this park is the same, but it is still popular. The Magic Kingdom's solution was just leave Space Mountain as is, don't fix what ain't broke, and instead build a brand new roller coaster literally right next door from Shanghai based on Tron. Theoretically, it's a win-win for everybody. Theme park visitors get an additional attraction whilst keeping a classic, and Disney has the opportunity to push their brands onto more guests. But it's not all good. You've now got two rides that you need to staff and maintain, and the older ride will always be significantly more demanding in terms of resources. Equally, now guests have choice paralysis. Do you ride the new hotness or relive memories on a classic attraction? These coasters don't help to spread people out amongst the park, and because they're both catering to similar demographics, then you're going to have people who will gravitate to this area and stay for long periods of time because they're there already. Why leave and do other roller coasters later when you can just do it now and save yourself some walking? The other problem is what happens when Space Mountain finally reaches its end. Rides and roller coasters wear over time, and eventually they reach a point where the cost to maintain them exceeds the value they bring to their parks. When this happens, your options are limited: demolish or rebuild. At Disneyland in Anaheim, we saw this with their Space Mountain. Before their 50th anniversary, the coaster had become rather unstable, and for Disney to continue operating the attraction, they would need to completely replace the track of the roller coaster. This is not a cheap feat, but it made sense for the park. Space Mountain was the beloved staple of Tomorrowland, but will the Magic Kingdom's version still have the same acclaim with a brand new roller coaster that was designed as its spiritual successor, literally right next door? chances are that when its time comes, and it will come, Space Mountain will not go out with a bang, but a whimper. It just wouldn't make sense to invest that money into something whose shoes have not only been filled, but directly stolen from them and placed on the kid next door. The most likely outcome is that the structure remains, but the ride is replaced with something completely different. It may still be Space Mountain in name, but I doubt that it will be Space Mountain. That's why I welcome the Tokyo Disneyland upgrade. It gives the fans of the current Space Mountain at Tokyo the opportunity to experience it for a couple more years and for it to get a send-off that it properly deserves. Then, afterwards, you have the excitement of a brand new attraction on the way, something that is same in spirit but goes beyond what the original was ever able to do. But before we explore the details of this change, have you ever seen Science of Thrills? It's an honestly excellent series that takes a deep dive into the fascinating engineering of thrill rides and how they affect our body and mind. And it's available right now through this video's sponsor, CuriosityStream. As somebody who may or may not be addicted to learning way too much stuff, CuriosityStream is for people who want to know more. And the fact that you're here watching a video on a theme park land update that's like 5 years away tells me this service is probably for you. You can satisfy that itch on any device, anywhere, anytime, with thousands of entertaining and informative movies and TV shows on topics like travel, history, technology, and yes, even theme parks. There's one on like the world's largest aquarium in China. It's quite cool. Plus a range of award-winning originals exclusive to CuriosityStream. So start learning today with the fascinating Science of Thrills and explore a whole new world of documentaries for just $14.99 for the whole year by going to curiositystream.com/reviewtime or use our code ReviewTime when signing up. That's curiositystream.com/reviewtime. So far we know that the new rebuilt Space Mountain maintains the original concept of a thrilling indoor roller coaster that takes guests on a high-speed journey through space, but will feature enhanced performance and immersive special effects. They have teased that these will give guests even more thrills throughout their journey and will provide a greater connection between Earth and the universe, which is an interesting statement and honestly makes me think of Epcot. The plaza out the front of Space Mountain will also get a redesign which blends with the new rounded Space Mountain motif. It's designed to represent a future where humans are in harmony with nature. Alongside this, in the evenings, guests can enjoy lighting and sound effects that will further enhance their experience in this new part of the land. According to Walt Disney Imagineering producer Kathleen Davis, "I'm thrilled to introduce this attraction to guests. It's not only a whole new ride experience, but the story also has so much emotion. Through the queue and then on the ride, we see our connection to our planet and gain a new perspective for how special it is in all the universe. It's a roller coaster with both thrill and heart." Now we're speculating, but gauging from the concept art, the language used in the press release, and the absolutely enormous price, the new building appears to be designed from the ground up, meaning that very little will remain of the original Space Mountain. Interesting to note as well, they've made a point to show that Showbase, Tomorrowland's entertainment venue, which used to show the absolute fever dream of a show called One Man's Dream, is remaining. Concept art from Disney is very deliberate about what they show, so the fact that it's peeking in from the side leaves me wondering what they have planned for this space. It no longer looks like a show venue, but more of a shop or a restaurant. Considering that the updated theme emphasizes more of a connection with Earth, I wouldn't actually be surprised if we see something like Space 220 come to this land. This restaurant is currently at Epcot and it simulates going up to a space station where you eat dinner looking over Earth. It fits the theme and would be the perfect novel dinner or lunch experience for Tokyo Disney's market. Further study of this concept art makes it look like the actual building that houses the new Space Mountain sits further back than the old one, further suggesting the entire overhaul approach. Though this could just be a parallax issue when looking from this angle, as currently there's a giant set of escalators in what will soon be wide open walkways. But all in all, I am extremely excited to see how this plays out, and how it has the possibility to shape Tomorrowland all around the world. If you've learned something new from this video, definitely consider subscribing because we do stuff like this all the time. But now, I bring it over to you. Tokyo Disney has become renowned for surrendering their older, iconic attractions to make way for greater experiences. And is that something that you'd like to see in all Disney theme parks? Do you think we have the tendency to hold on to some things perhaps a little too tightly? Let me know, I'm genuinely interested. As more information comes out, we will keep you in the loop. But until then, I'm Dom from Review Time. Thanks for watching.